ito na ngayon pinag-informing ito. Kaya
So, exclusive lang po sa Signal.
According to Sir Jose Victor Torres, the history professor.
Ayaw mo? Mali.
Pananaw at opinyon ng pag-uulat na mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng organisasyong ito.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the editorial on Inclu Radio. Today is Thursday, August 6, 2020. I am your host, Carlos Kanahashi, and we are broadcasting live on Inclu Radio and later to be uploaded on the Ka-Inclusion channel, Facebook, YouTube channel. But before we start, we will start with the recitation of the Oratio Imperata. Mga ka-HNI members at sa inyong lahat, ating pong dasalin ang Oratio Imperata laban sa COVID-19. Makapangyarihan at mapagmahal na Ama, nagsusumamo kami sa inyo upang hinihingin ang inyong patnubay laban sa COVID-19 na nagpapahirap sa marami at kumitilan ng mga buhay. Gabayan mo ang mga dalawasang naatasan at tumuklas ng mga lunas at paraan upang hihinto ang paglaganap nito. Pakbubayan mo ang mga lumilingap sa may sakit upang ang kanilang pagkalinga ay malakihan ng husay at malasakit. Itinaas namin ang mga nagdurusa. Makatamtam nawa nila ang mabuting kalusugan. Ingapin mo rin ang mga kumakalinga sa kanila, pagkamitin mo na kapayapaang wala hanggan ang mga pumanaw. Pagkalooban mo kami ng biyaya na magtulong-tulong tungo sa ikabubuti ng lahat. Ukawin sa amin ang pagmamalasakit sa mga nangangailangan. Nagsusumamo kami na inyong ihinto na ang paglaganap ng virus at ipadya kami sa lahat ng mga tao. Hiniling namin ito sa pamamagitan ni Jesucristo na nabubuhay at naghaharing kasama mo at ng Espiritu Santo, iisang Diyos, magpasawalang hanggan. Tinudulog kami sa iyong patnubay, mahal na ina ng Diyos. Pakinggan mo ang aming mga kahilingan sa aming pangangailangan at ipadya mo kami sa lahat ng kasamaan. Magmahati at pinagpalang Birhen, Amen. Mahal na Birhen, ipapagaling sa may sakit, panalangin mo kami. San Rafael Arcangel, ipanalangin mo kami. San Roque, ipanalangin mo kami. San Lorenzo Ruiz, ipanalangin mo kami. San Pedro Calungsod, ipanalangin mo kami. Okay, amen. Okay, and this evening, we will, in our editorial segment, we will be discussing this one. Our topic for tonight is Cease and Desist Order versus Hands in Inclusion Philippines. How would it happen and what are the effects of this? Without further ado, let us start. Okay? Ito yun na, mga ka-HNI. Ito po ay dahilan, ito, as of 1:13 p.m. in the afternoon, last June 6, 2020, Hands Inclusion Philippines is now on the cease and desist order. The announcement was made by our president and founder, Roylan Gorospe Marlang. This is due to the ongoing recent developments and the tentative rebrand to One Inclusion Network soon. All the segments of Hands Inclusion will be moved were moved rather to Inclo Radio effective on that day until further notice. In another matter, on June 30, an unknown person told to shut down Inclo Sports. As a result, last July 2 at 8:30 p.m. in the evening, Inclo Sports was on a temporary shutdown. Last July 31st at 9 a.m., Inclo Sports returned, coinciding with the return of the National Basketball Association resumption of playtime in Orlando, Florida, USA. The recent developments are caused by some of the sanctioned members who attempt to destroy the reputation of Hans Inclusion Philippines. Ito yun Ito, mga kaitsanay, itong dahilan kung bakit nasara ang Hans Inclusion Philippines noong June 6. Ito po ay dahil kay Conan Dison Taruk at kay David Joseph Hill. Sila yan ang mastermind na nagsara po ang Hans Inclusion Diba? Ito. Ano ang cause ito sa cease and desist order versus Hans Inclusion? The cause of the cease and desist order are due to the ongoing recent developments. The recent developments are caused by the following. This is David Hill. He is the mastermind of the shutdown of Hans Inclusion Philippines. Dahil galit siya pati kay Sir Roylan at kay Etchenay Admin. Itong Conan na to, walang galang at ugali niya ay hindi professional. Okay? Si David Hill ay nagsinabi ng mga ganito laban sa organisasyon at ito ay sinasabi nito. Noong March 19, sinabi pa ito, Roylan, di ko gusto ang nangyayari sa Hans Inclusion. Masyado na kayong corrupt. Forced labor pa kayo. Noong March 24, sinubukang kausap kay Etchenay Admin na ipasara ang Etchenay para walang gulo at korupsyon. Dahil dito, hindi to yung ginawa ni David Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Kasi si Roylan ang nagmamay-ari ng Hans Inclusion. Siya yun, si Roylan Marlang, siya yun ang nagmamay-ari ng Hans Inclusion. Nung March, sinabi niya, nung March 25, pasara ng H&I para wala ng problema. Nung March 25 na bitiw na sa pwesto na si David Hill. Noong March 27, si David Hill ay nasira kay Zedric Mariano. Ginawa ng fake news si Zedric 2 beses. Noong May 3, alam niya na si David Hill ang mastermind sa pagsara ng Hans Inclusion. Noong May 4, si David Hill ay nag-grant-me at ipapatreten si Roylan para i-file ng cyber libel case versus Roylan in Itzenay. Tinakot niya ako para mabura yung post ko sa kanya. Hindi yung totoo yung sinabi itong David Hill na yan. Kasi guys, mga ka-HNI, ladies and gentlemen, ang sinabi ko kanina, si Roylan ang nagmamay-ari ng Hans Inclusion. Diba? Nung itinatag na nung March 2017. Diba? So, nung May 7, si David Hill ay kinausap na itong BV para masiraan si ZJM. Okay? Noong June 6, inutusan ng CDT na mag-report sa hindi natin babanggitin itong asosasyon na ito kaugnay sa pag-recruit ng Hans Inclusion sa SACI ng ASP. Ibig sabihin, yan ang araw na nagsara ang Hans Inclusion. Okay? Ito, nung June 6 na yan. Sorry po, Roy. Binanggit ko to isang grupo nabagi ng isang asosasyon. Diba? Rather, okay? In another matter, nung June 30, may isang unknown person nang isa-shutdown ang Into Sports. Nung July 2, sa ganap ng alas 8:30 ng gabi, nag-temporary shutdown o cease and desist order ang Into Sports. Noong July 31, nabalik na sa ere ang Into Sports. Makatapos ng 29 na araw na nasara. Kasabay ang pagbabalik laro ng National Basketball Association sa Orlando, Florida, sa Amerika. Itong Conan ito, nag-host ng comedy show na kasama niya si Juan Carlo Pabale. Ginawa ito nang walang alam at permiso mula sa pamumunuan ng Hans Inclusion or Conan hosted a comedy show with a friend named Juan Carlo Pabale without the authorization, the knowledge, and permission from the management of Hans Inclusion. Puro copyright ang ginawa ni Conan na to. Diba? Pati ang YouTube ni CBT. Ito. Ha? Pero naong gustong ipakita ng yung aking balitawid to. Sana magustuhan nyo to and enjoy. Thank you. Pre-recorded to, guys. June 6, 2020. Another day, another destiny. This every road to Calvary. These evil was to see the Lord, the cross will surely come a second. June 6, 2020. David is involved. How can I live when we are parted? Tomorrow come and shut it down. And yet with you the shutdown has started. One more day on ourselves. Will we ever meet? Conan, nag-host siya ng comedy show. Kasama si Carlo Pabale. What a life I might have. And I swear, totoo yan, but he never saw me here. One more day before the shutdown at the very gates of chaos, when your ranks begin to fall, will you take your place with me? The time is now, the day is here. June 6, 2020, patay si Kid, si Conan dahil sa kalokohan niya. Lalo na si David Kid dahil siya ang masaya. June 6, 2020, patay si Kid, si Conan, nagko-comedy. Kasama na si Juan Carlo Pabale, si David Hill, ang mastermind, ang nagsasabi na isasado ng HNI. One day to a new beginning. Raise the flag of HNI. Every land will be a king. There's a new world for the shutdown. Do you hear the people sing? My place is here. Hunger with you. June 6, 2020, patay si Kinsey Conan dahil sa kalokohan niya. Lalo na si David Reed dahil siya ang masaya. June 6, 2020, one more day to shut down. Conan will shut down HNI. He'll be ready for these embers. Tomorrow is the judgment day. Tomorrow we'll discover what Jesus Christ has in store. June 6, 2020, the shutdown of H and I. Okay, ito ha, ito. Okay, masasabi ko po na ang comedy show ni Mr. Pabali at ni Mr. Taruk ay para sa akin, sa totoo lang, hindi ko po magustuhan at dismayado o ako dahil ginamit itong walang kwentang comedy show para para maninira ng reputasyon ng Ants Inclusion Philippines at binanata nila laban sa mga miyembro ng Ants Inclusion Philippines at ang mga komunidad ng autismo dito sa ating bansa. Ginamit talaga ang walang kwentang comedy show para maninira lang sila versus HNI members kasama ko dyan. Mr. CDT, bago ka magpuna sa HNI Philippines, maraming award na tanggap namin para sa HNI at maganda trato sa amin at binibigyan pa ng pera at wala natanggap reklamo laban sa HNI. Kung wala kang masasabi na maganda, manahimik at huwag magpasikat. Ikaw naman, Mr. Pabage, alamin mo muna ng totoo nangyari bago ka magsasawa at tama na ang magkalat ng peking balita at nakakaya mo yan. Hindi ito nakakatulong yan. I would like to say that the comedy show of Conan Taruk and Juan Carlo Pavale, to be honest for me, I don't like it and I was dismayed because they used this unrealistic comedy show to destroy the reputation of Ants Inclusion Philippines and to fight against the members of this organization to the autism community in our country and our fellow autistic people. O sa mga kapwang autismo. Ginamit talaga they use this unrealistic comedy show to destroy them versus Ants Inclusion members, including me. Mr. Conan, before you enter Ants Inclusion Philippines, we have a lot of awards from you, from HNI, and you have a lot of nice images for us, and you give us, we give you money, and we have no received any complaints against the org. If you do not want to say anything nice, you just be quiet and don't show off. You too, Mr. Abale. You should know first the truth before you do whatever you want. And can you please stop spreading fake news? And this is so embarrassing. This is not help. This wouldn't help. Okay? May nanood sa atin today, nag-comment. Roylan is watching me. Hi, Carlos. Sabi ako. Okay. Anong dapat nating inaasahan pag nabalik na ang Ants Inclusion? Initial plans ay ang recruitment ng isang bona fide persons with disabilities, mga PWDs na hindi pa miyembro ng isang major na organisasyon, mga bagong disenyo ng merchandise ng Ants Inclusion, ang ating bagong theme song, One Inclusion Forever at Inclusion Forever. I-play ko yung One Inclusion Forever. Yung One Inclusion Forever, ito yung kapalit ng One Inclusion Nation. lahat ng taong inclusive. LGBT o PWD, always there for each other, kinaya natin together. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Pinag-isa tayo ng HNI members, may iisang puso at iisang tinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Kung kailan ang gagampanan, mga PWD ay mas masaya, gaano man ang indigent at tribo, sa likod nito ay may mahahirap. Ang buhay na ito'y nasa ating lahat, magmayayaman ang may bawat pusong bukas sa init ng mga middle class. Maghihilom ang lahat ng sakit, ang nagsilbi nitong buhay, walang iba kundi ikaw. Salamat sa biyaya mo, muling magkaasa ang HNI. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Salamat sa pag-ibig na subok ng panahon. Dala nito'y liwanag, lalo na sa ngayon. Ang PWD ay pag-ibig, ang kailangan ng ating buhay, kay ganda ng lahat, if we will just unite. Ang PWD ay pag-ibig, ang kailangan ng ating buhay, kay ganda ng lahat, if we will just unite. If we will just unite. Sa org na ito, ikaw ang aking pahinga. Sa yakap mong kumakalma, lahat ay nagiging masaya. Lagi akong uuwi sa'yo, sa puso mo, kung saan laging HNI. Pag-ibig, pag-asa at saya, yan ang lagi mong dala. Sa pamilya mo, ang tunay ang HNI. Family is HNI. Family is HNI. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Sa lahat pang darating, ano pa man ang harapin, always there for each other, kinaya natin together. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Pinag-isa tayo ng HNI members, may iisang puso at iisang tinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Pinag-isa tayo ng HNI members, may iisang puso at iisang tinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Ang HNI ay nasa ating buhay, Diyos ang pinagmumulan. Pinag-isa tayo ng ancient high members. May iisang puso at iisang pinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Palisa tayo ng ancient high members. May iisang puso at iisang pinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Ang nagsilbi nitong buhay, walang iba kundi ikaw. Salamat sa biyaya mo. Muling magkaisa ang ancient and I. Pinagsa tayo ng ancient I members. May iisang puso at iisang pinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Palisa tayo ng ancient I members. May iisang puso at iisang pinig. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Forever, forever, one inclusion forever. Okay, so as you can see here, guys, you heard a video of the One Inclusion Forever and the High Inclusion Forever. Ongoing pala po ang Editoriyal fundraising activity to be declared as a formal organization and the Constitution of Hans Inclusion. And also to expect better management and that the sanctioned members will learn their lesson. So when Hans Inclusion returns soon, we expect some activities like the Incluniham fundraising activity, the new theme song, One Inclusion Forever, hiring PWD members, new designs of Hans Inclusion PH merchandise, the declaration of the as a formal organization in the Constitution, and also to expect better management and that the sanction members will learn their lesson. It's already 3 years since Hans Inclusion Philippines came to exist. But this year, Hans Inclusion is on a temporary shutdown due to recent developments. Later this year or next year, we will become One Inclusion Network. All segments will move to Interadio. In the meantime, we have a temporary ad hoc name called the Inclusion Network. So, I would like to appeal to the members of Hans Inclusion Philippines to observe proper decorum so that we won't have problems. Be a good exemplar. We should learn how to show good attitude and show to be professional and also discipline to other people, especially the organizations. Your cooperation and your undivided attention is highly appreciated. We also have to be considerate, understanding, and self-control. Ito ay ginawa para magiging mapayapa at maayos ang organisasyong ito ng matagal. Ito In summary, the key points. June 6, 2020, Hans Inclusion is on a cease and desist order due to recent developments. The recent developments are caused by the sanctioned members who attempt to destroy the reputation of the organization. June 30, 2020, a known person orders the shutdown in sports. July 2, 2020, the temporary shutdown of Hans Inclusion Philippines. Into sports. The sports department of Hans Inclusion Philippines on July 2 at 8:30 p.m. July 31, 2020, Into Sports return. David Hill is the mastermind of the shutdown of Hans Inclusion. The reason why he did this is because he made statements or criticized about enhancing inclusion in an improper manner. Royland and enhancing inclusion were angry because of it. David warned HNI to sold out before October 31. In the case of Conan, he is rude and no respect. He hosted a comedy show with Carlo Cavale without the knowledge and permission from HNI management. So, what are we going to expect when Ants Inclusion returns for sure? Recruitment, we are going to continue. We will have the new design of Ants Inclusion merchandise. We will have the new theme song, One Inclusion Forever and Inclusion Forever. Ongoing Inclunian, but we started to execute it. And the online shop, open again to the public. We expect to declare the Constitution and the formal organization. And of course, productivity, better management, and that the sanction members will learn their lesson. Okay. Listen. So, I'd like to remind Inclusion members, in order to stop and to prevent this from happening again, we need your cooperation and your attention. Please lang, guys. Please lang, mga ka-HNI. We don't want this thing to repeat again in the near future. Just like what may happen, wala na si CBT, wala na si David Hill, wala na si Eddie Zone o ER, si Delio, at si Divino, PJ. Hindi na sila mabalik sa Sean. Ay naku guys. Because of this happening, don't want this thing to repeat again. Okay? If you want to host anything related to Hans Inclusion, you need to do it with the permission and the knowledge and the purpose you need to do that by giving permission from Hans Inclusion Management. Okay? I would like to share with you guys a reflection. Okay. Today, the world faces a gloomy and uncertain situation. A lot of people lost their jobs, brought about the effects of this pandemic. The sense of hope seems nowhere to be found. The challenge of moving forward is something hard to do right now. However, we continue to live and embrace the life we are in. The economy is slowly dwindling. Many are placed in the reset mode where the majority of us must start their lives again. When all hope is gone, there can be a chosen hope that we can cling on. As we celebrate today the feast of the Transfiguration of Jesus, we often heard the readings that pertain to the chosen one. It pertains to Jesus as magnified by God the Father, as powerful as the statement where the Father said, according to Matthew 17 verse 5, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." God's emphasis on Jesus, his beloved Son, is the sign of hope that he has bestowed on each one of us. God hopes that all of us may continue to listen to the truth. It is a truth that will always lead us towards his presence. It is a truth that will lead us in living the right path. Despite our shortcomings, God will never leave us behind. He continues to embrace each one of us, how sinful we may be. The Transfiguration is not only an event where God glorified his Son, Jesus Christ. It is also an event that each one of us can look up to. Through Jesus, being one with the Father as our brother, we are also sanctified. God appreciates more humanity in Jesus Christ, for he himself became a human person like us except in sin. This appreciation of God for us as his beloved children gives us a dignity that we are worthy of love and saving. Saint Benilde taught us that our ministry of education begins with the appreciation that we are all the children of God, and that in being one with the God's community, all of us is appreciated by who we are and the uniqueness that each one possesses. Everyone has worth in God's eyes. May the Transfiguration event be a reminder that God sees hope in each one of us. And in this time of pandemic, we can be the one to bring hope to everyone. We are all in this together. Each one of us is a chosen hope. Jesus, our model of goodness, is the chosen hope that God unselfishly gives our world. Now, as God's children, we can be the bearers of hope in these difficult moments of our lives. Okay, so in a nutshell, for our topic for today, um, this is about the cease and desist order of Hans Inclusion Philippines. It was started last June 6, 2020 at 1:13 in the afternoon. Hans Inclusion Philippines is now on a cease and desist order. It was announced by our president and founder, Roylan Gorospe Marlang. And this is due to the recent developments and also due to the tentative rebranding to the One Inclusion Network. All segments are now moved to Inclu Radio until further notice. On July 2 at 8:30 p.m., Inclu Sports was on a temporary shutdown, later returned to the air on July 31st, 2020 at 9 o'clock in the morning, coinciding with the resumption of the National Basketball Association games in Orlando, Florida in the U.S. But before that, on June 30, an unknown person wanted to shut down Inclu Sports. Okay? The sanction members attempt to destroy the reputation of Hans Inclusion Philippines. This means that we won't be back to Hans Inclusion at any time at all. David Hill, the mastermind of and Conan are the masterminds of the shutdown of Hans Inclusion Philippines. David Hill is the one who said statements about it is what David Hill itong David Hill na yan, he is considered as the mastermind of Hans Inclusion Philippines. Why? Because he said statements about what he did, di ba? And David Gill is the former vice president for marketing from January for a month only. Okay? Ito ay dahil itong David Gill na yan, Conan Rook and David Hill were the ones who stopped the transmission of ants inclusion. And ito yung sinabi ni David Hill. Ito, Roylan, hindi ko po gusto ang nangyayari sa ant inclusion. Masyado na kayong kurap. Worst neighbor pa kayo. Kinausap niya si HNI admin na nagsasabi, ipasara ang ants inclusion para walang gulo at korupsyon. Hindi yan totoo yan, guys, kasi si Roylan ang nagmamay-ari ng ants inclusion, di ba? Dahil sa kanyang sinabi ni David Hill na ipa-shutdown ang ants inclusion para wala ng gulo at problema. Di ganun Dapat kasi si Roylan mag-declare that's why we shall not. Diba nung June 6, as I said na, nag-shutdown na ang ants inclusion dahil kay David Hill at Conan Itong David Hill, ito yung sinabi niya Itong David Hill na to he is considered as and Conan were the masterminds of the shutdown of ants inclusion. Because David Hill is the one who said unsavory remarks against the organization. Okay? Para walang gulo at corruption, and on the next day, he was being rejected. On May 3, he revealed that David is the mastermind of the shutdown of ants inclusion, but it's not true. Why? It's because, as I said, Roylan is the founder of ants inclusion. He led this organization for 3 years. And then on May 4, David ranted Roylan and threatened him to file a cyber libel case, and he was then scared to erase his post. On March 27, David ruined Zedric. He made fake news about Zedric 2 executive times. On May 7, he mentioned this BV to ruin Zedric. On June 6, David ordered CDP to report to ASP about the recruitment of ants inclusion to this group founded by that association. On that day, at 1:13 in the afternoon, the shutdown of ants inclusion began. On June 30, an unknown person owed to shut down Inclusive Sports. On July 2, at 8:30 in the evening, Inclusive Sports, the sports department of Ants Inclusion Philippines, was on a temporary shutdown. Based on this letter, I will read this. 1. Inclusion Forever, July 2, 2020. To my fellow HNI members, how are you everyone, guys? Did you miss us? Don't worry, we're okay. It has come to our attention that someone ordered to shut down Inclu Sports, which is formerly called as HNI Sports, and Inclu Radio, or the former name Inclusivity Channel, because of the continuous airing of their live streams of the owner of Ants Inclusion. Our response in this appeal, we will not be scared. Our decision is we will shut down Inclu Sports first due to the cease and desist order starting later, 8:30 in the evening. And Inclu Sports is the sister page of Ants Inclusion. Just to be clear, guys, Inclu Radio is the former name of Inclusivity Channel, and it is different from Ants Inclusion. Hans Inclusion is an informal peer group, while in the case of Inco Radio is the news and current affairs platform of Hans Inclusion. I would like to ask everyone to continue praying for the return of Inco Sports and Hans Inclusion. Hashtag we fight for inclusion. May God bless us all. Together, we will include together for one inclusion forever. HNI, God first. Signed by Roylan Goroste Marlang, President and Founder, Hans Inclusion Philippines. Also, this Conan Taruk, he hosted a comedy show with Mr. Juan Carlo Papali without authorization, knowledge, and consent from the management of Hans Inclusion. Why he did this? To be honest, I don't like it and I'm dismayed of it because they're using that unrealistic comedy show to destroy HNI's reputation and also to fight against to our fellow members of Hans Inclusion, to the autism community in the Philippines, and to our fellow autism. Okay? So, guys, mga ka-HNI, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask everyone to continue including Hans Inclusion in your prayers, apart from your patience and your understanding. Thank you guys for your prayers for the return of Inclu Sports. But now we'll now focus on the return of Hans Inclusion Philippines. But the reason why we decided to move it on the third or fourth quarter of this year is because of the recent developments. Due to the manpower, due to the ongoing pandemic, and due to the sanction members who attempt to destroy the reputation of Hans Inclusion Philippines, namely Conan Dizon Taruk, David Joseph Hill, Edison Regencia, Daniel Naguman, and PJ Trevino. Yes. They won't be back to HNI at all. Okay? So guys, to our fellow HNI members, listen. If you don't want this thing to repeat again, please, I would like to appeal you guys that your cooperation, we should do what we need to do in order to develop this part and to manage this for the many years to come. It's been 3 years since Hans Inclusion came to exist. But now, we're currently having some problems since June 6 and July 2 because of the temporary shutdown of Hans Inclusion Philippines and Inclu Sports. But now, dahil sa awa ng Diyos, nauna na bumalik na sa ere ang Inclu Sports noong July 31, kasabay ang pagbabalik laro ng National Basketball Association sa Orlando, Florida sa Amerika. No, sa ganap ng alas 9 ng umaga. Okay? May mga shoutouts ko, si Ryland so far, natupagnood sa akin. At iba pa, at belated happy birthday ko po kay sa aking best friend ko, si Gino Ignacio. At advance happy birthday pala, Gino Ignacio. At also to my friend from Benil, Manila, for belated happy birthday, Carmil Landau Pabustan. Okay. And also tomorrow at 2 p.m., the Benil Center for Inclusive Education, in partnership with the Benil Wellbeing Center, will have the online passages at 2 p.m. They're inviting everyone, including those people who did not enroll during the vote, as we are adjusting with the new normal. On behalf of the whole passages team, we'd like to thank you for accepting the invitation for this event. This will be done via Zoom since we're not allowed to physically see each other. The webinar will start at 2 p.m. The waiting room will be open 30 minutes before the actual start of the session, so we encourage everyone to be there before 2 p.m. so we can end early. Will Sir Martin, Miss Camille, Sir Clifford, and the rest of the CIE and the Renewed Wellbeing Center team will see us again. Will see us tomorrow online via Zoom. Okay, and also on behalf of Ads Inclusion Philippines, I would like to congratulate the Monsignor Hernando Coronel as the 5th anniversary as the rector and parish priest of Quiapo Church in the city of Manila. Okay? And starting August 15, TV5 Management says back-to-back na mga first batch ng shows. And sana by the end of this year, mag-shutdown ang TV5 analog. At kaon po, namatay na po si Eddie Ilarde. And because of this, on behalf of Ans Inclusion, our deepest condolences to the Ilarde family, and may the eternal rest grant unto him, and may he welcome him into heaven, and may he officially rest in peace. This Saturday, Danmar, Zedric, Asher, and Rylan will be there for the reunion of the students of Pasay City Sped this Thursday at 7 p.m., coinciding with the time of the Kumustahan and the comedy show under the Battle of Saturday night. Just coming up with that this Saturday, okay? And something special coming on Kumustahan, okay? And our topic for and tomorrow I will be back for I'll be reporting on the inclusive report tomorrow. We will tackle about the persecution of persons with disabilities. Okay. Okay. To wrap this up, we want Hans Inclusion to be prosper and to be developed in the next years to come. But because of its temporary closure this year, we want to recover. We need to recover everything what we have done for the org. And we want you guys, we need your help in order to prosper and inclusion in the next years to come. And also, continue to pray for the return of Hans Inclusion Philippines. Because this is the moment that we are all been anticipating, or rather, the moment that we are waiting for. And also, guys, I would like to appeal everyone to continue supporting and move ahead for Inclunihan fundraising activity, because we need that in order to support the future projects of funds inclusion, especially to our fellow PWDs who cannot afford to go to work due to the community quarantine. That's why we can donate via GCash, Paymaya, or BPI bank account. And if you want to donate old clothes, then you need to contact Sir GR Oteda on this number scrolled in your screen today. And also like the Facebook page of Inklunihan. Okay? That's all we have for today on the editorial on Info Radio. On behalf of the Ans Inclusion Info Radio team, I am Corus Kanashi. Thank you very much for joining. Have a pleasant evening to all. Good night, everyone. God bless us all. God is good all the time. To God be the glory. And pagpalain po tayo ng buong may kapal. I will be back tomorrow at 7 to 8:15 for the inclusive report. And this weekend, for the One Inclusion Live weekend and the Kumustahan segment. Together, we always include together. We, at Inco Radio, we include each other. Together, we include together for one inclusion forever. H&I, God first. Coming up next on Inco Radio, SRO, Question at Opinion, starring Alvino Chico and Goddess Virgonia.